Welcome to the Blessings Tea Time. My name is Charlene Kaye. I am the composer of the series and graphic designer. I'm also the sister of Liann Kaye, the writer and director who masterminded this beautiful story. And I'm here to interview Stephanie Jae Park.
Hello.
Who plays a version of me in the series and who graciously gave us her one day off of playing Eliza in the national tour of Hamilton. Oh. Would you like some tea, Stephanie?
I would love some tea.
So Stephanie, what was it about this role that first attracted you to it, and how did you hear about it?
I heard about it actually from a direct email from Liann, I believe. And when I read it, I mean, you are quite a character. And I mean that in the best possible way. A full Asian woman who was a rock star? Like, I had never heard of that growing up. And just strong, confident, ballsy woman.
It's like you're describing yourself.
No, this is you. You're a rock star. You're like the cool version of me. So I was like, of course I want to play this.
But it must be said also that Brittany is a different character.
Yes.
Nene is a different character.
Yes.
Hello! This is Albus, our executive producer. Hello. He'll be in and out. I have a podcast called Golden Hour in which Stephanie was my second ever guest, and we talked about having a lack of Asians in the entertainment industry growing up.
I never saw Asian women being confident and cool and sexy and direct and blunt the way that Nene is. So it was so exciting to see this because I wasn't getting auditions for this kind of role.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and you really hold Leo to task in this way that I found exciting, and it creates a lot of tension. Something that we've talked about a lot as friends is how we're trying to break out of this people-pleasing mentality that has come from our upbringing and our culture, and also as women. Mm-hmm. Was that refreshing for you to put somebody in their place?
Yes.
And just feel?
Yes, absolutely. And I feel like I've taken a chapter out of that book, actually, because since then, I'm learning that the most compassionate thing you can do in a time of conflict is to be direct but compassionate with the person. Mm-hmm. And if anything, I've had to learn how to put some niceties in there too, because I've learned to just be so direct like Nene, but it's so refreshing. I will say too, so the shoot was on my birthday. It was such a perfect birthday present. I can't get over it. I had never seen something of this caliber led by basically an all-Asian female team. That was mind-blowing for me. My poor boyfriend, I didn't stop talking about it for like weeks. I was like, I just have never experienced like Asian female leadership like this. And
my favorite thing ever is the story of you telling me you and your boyfriend's date night where you've had a couple drinks and you're just like, babe, I can't believe we met Charlene and Liann.
Sobbing. I remember meeting you right before. I wasn't expecting you to be there, but I was so scared at first because I was like, I cannot believe I'm going to play this girl in front of her. I had listened to multiple interviews. I'd listened to your songs. I'd watched music videos. I was like, so I was definitely scared, but you were so warm and just so welcoming, and we instantly talked about everything. And
it's so interesting to hear you talk about it like that because I was also equally intimidated by you. And Liann and I had done so much research on you and watched all these YouTube videos and seen your work, and we were just so honored that you were down. What was it like, picking up a guitar and...
Well, we have a cute picture of you teaching me the guitar because I definitely did not know. Like,
you were good though.
Once you taught me, I got it. It's like acting. It's like you get to step into this part of you that you don't really know exists, but you marry that part of you with who you are. When I heard about this project, Liann sent me the first episode, the pilot episode, and I was blown away by the quality, the writing, the acting. I definitely saw my mom in the representation of your mom, which is hilarious. Like the outfits, the personality. But in general, just kind of hearing like, oh, it's going to be every episode is a different family member. Asians are very different. We're vastly different. But there are a lot of things that are similar, like hearing about the durian episode. Yeah. I freaked out because durian is so niche, I feel like. Only some people know about it, but it's like the best food on the planet. But it smells disgusting when you first hear about it.
Very polarizing.
Yeah, very polarizing.
I remember when you and Liann first communicated, you were saying that you have sisters as well.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's very easy to channel just because like I have two sisters. We're very, very close. I am the youngest. So I feel more like the Liann of the situation, but there's something about that sister bond that I get to have sisters again in the show I'm doing now.
That show is called Hamilton. Angelica and Peggy.
Hilarious.
So you are on the national tour of Hamilton right now. I was lucky enough to see you in Philadelphia last month, and I lost my mind. We were all sobbing into our masks. Can you tell me about what that journey has been like for you?
I appreciate every single thing, and especially after the pandemic, having an audience, that is something I will never take for granted ever. It's been really special. Eliza's a really special role for me too. It's the first role I've played also on like a big contract like this.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, you know. 8 shows a week, 6 days a week is really, really rough, but it makes moments like this really special to be able to have this together with everybody. And I work too hard to take it for granted. You know what I'm saying? I feel like sometimes younger people who get their dreams a little too early, you almost like forget because there wasn't as much blood, sweat, and tears behind it. There wasn't as much mental processing and therapy and training and just everything, everything to get this. So now that I have this, still acknowledging it's still the beginning of my journey, but I'm so grateful. I'm really grateful.
And you really did sow your oats. You understudied for Eliza for a long time, and then you also understudied for Peggy and Angelica. What's the difference for you, the experience of playing Eliza versus the other Schuyler sisters?
Eliza is all those feminine qualities to me that are really underappreciated, because everyone loves like a strong woman, but the definition of strength I feel like is very male heavy oftentimes. So like,
and it is in Hamilton too.
Yeah, it definitely is. So Eliza's strength comes from her emotional intelligence, and Hamilton's kind of emotionally stunted, kind of dumb.
Although he's a genius.
But emotionally like not
a
developed.
genius emotionally.
And she's patient. She's a listener. Those energies, you know, that I think being able to play her with strength and grace is really important to me. It's really, really important to me every single time that I do this role justice, because she's the emotional journey of the show as well.
She is.
She's like the only female representation of that kind of strength.
Yeah.
Whereas like Angelica is more like Angelica to me is like female Hamilton, where she's that intelligent strength. Exactly, which is why they're like both fire, and then Eliza's like water or air. Those elements are equally important and necessary and beautiful.
Yeah. Have you gotten messages from other Asian aspiring actors and younger people who look up to you?
Oh my God, plenty. Like it makes the job so worth it, especially the Asians being like, I've never seen a full Asian principal before, and like, yeah, me neither.
Same.
Me neither.
Still today.
Still, there's not many, but you know.
Yeah.
I feel that's a responsibility that I'm so grateful to carry.
So our DP of the series is a force of nature,
Love of my life.
Tasmanian devil herself, Connie Wong.
Tasmanian.
Yeah. And you have since poached her for your own music videos, which I have directed.
Yes. So
grateful to have been on those projects. What was your experience of working with her like?
She is a force of nature. She does that thing I just talked about, where she is incredibly blunt and direct and honest, but that is the kindest and best thing for your project, because you know that if she's on your team, it will be high quality. Yeah. She will not have her name on something that's not excellent.
Yeah.
That's Connie.
100%.
And then meanwhile, she's like a mushy, sweet.
And then meanwhile, she's like,
girl on the inside.
I'm making quinoa bread this weekend.
The bread making. That's me.
And what was it like working with Liann as a director?
Liann is incredible. Liann is gracious and patient and, again, direct and honest. I had no fear asking her about anything. Like, there was no part of me that was hesitant. She clearly cared a lot about this project, as we all did, and it was really cool to see someone so passionate about what she did. Very inspiring and just loving, just loving and compassionate and cute. I don't want to.
She is cute.
She's very
cute. She's cute, but she's fierce.
Cute and fierce. Yes.
She's a boss, but she's also the type of person that will walk around in a polar bear onesie drinking whiskey out of a measuring cup.
No one could say it better. That's exactly it.
You better keep that in the edit, Liann. Thank you so much for watching Tea Time.
Yay.
I'm your host today, Charlene Kaye. This is also a version of Charlene Kaye, Stephanie Jae.
Also, Nay.
Charlene Nay.
Charlene Nay.
Stephanie Kaye.
Black clouds are tangled, no hair or makeup. I never had to fix anything at all. But you run away.